This entire Revit model was created using a point cloud from a 3D laser scanner. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to take that point cloud and start creating a model inside of Revit. So I think it is very important to first understand what a point cloud is and how it works inside of Revit. So basically a point cloud, if you guys don't already know, is millions of different points captured by a laser scanner. It's pretty much just a digital copy of all the real world objects that it's scanning and what it sees in person. Point clouds can be used for a whole lot of different things, but in today's world, people usually use them to create 3D computer models like how I'm showing you how to do today, measure real world objects, and inspect buildings for quality control purposes too. Um, but instead of get people guessing dimensions from old drawings or taking a lot of time to pull tape measures that have a lot of room for error, a 3D laser scanner is pretty much just an amazing way of getting rid of all that error. So to get your guys' point cloud into Revit, we are going to first open up a new job and come over here to the Insert tab. Click on point cloud and go to the file destination to where your point cloud is. It has to be either RCS or an RCP file. And once we're in here, it'll pop up like this. And there's a couple things that we're first going to want to do with our point cloud just to get it all set up before we start modeling. So here are the two things I do immediately when I import a new point cloud into my job is I firstly will come over to my floor plan view, right click on it, click the rotate, and rotate the point cloud so that it is, just straightly aligned like this. It just makes it easier when you're modeling out the walls and everything. And the second thing is you want to open up any of your elevations. And as you see, I'm gonna change the name of them just because this is a 1 story. So I'm just gonna change this to level 0 and change the level 2 to level, we can just call it ceiling because there's no level 2. But you don't want to move level 0 at all. Level 0 stays at 0, just so that we know how high the ceiling is. We only want to move the point cloud, but once we align this elevation with our floor, we can then move the ceiling to our ceiling. So let's do this first. We only want to move the point cloud, and we want to line it up with the floor. And to make sure it's all good, we come back to our floor plan view, and we want to make sure the floor isn't visible. So we really got to mess with it. Kind of go a little bit more down, come back and check. Almost, maybe one more. Yeah, it doesn't matter, but pretty much like that. And we can tell it's not really rotated in properly, so we can go back and try to fix that, like that. And then we can come here, get our ceiling elevation, and then bring that down to our ceiling. It's just about right there. And we can check with our 3D view. If we click this, you can see like the plane overlapping the point cloud. So you can see the plane is kind of above the point cloud over here, but it's not really over here, so we can move it up a tiny bit. Maybe right there. Yeah, that works. So those are the very first two things that you're going to want to do with your point cloud just to get everything set up before you start modeling. So once we're done setting up those two things with the point cloud, we can come back to our floor plan view and get started with modeling the walls. But before that, you're going to want to know the thickness of your walls. So these are all interior, but we didn't scan the outside, so you can see the inside of the walls, but you can't see the exterior side of the walls. So I mean, it doesn't really matter for this, but we know the interior walls are 4.5 inches. So I mean, it just depends on how you guys want to create your walls. But if I am creating my walls, I just duplicate any type of wall, name it 4.5 or however thick the walls are. Come over to edit. With the structure, inside the studs, I'm just gonna put to a material of any wood you guys want. and 3.5 inches, and then duplicate 2, put one above and put one below. So these are going to be like what you're seeing, the exterior and interior side of the walls, and we're just going to make these 1/2 inch. And then whatever material, either side of the walls are, I mean, just for this I'm just going to put a gypsum board. I probably spelled that wrong. So once we got our walls set up, then we have 4.5 of total thickness. Now we got that. So we can start just modeling out our walls. You're pretty much just tracing everything. So right here, I mean, you would know the thickness of the whole exterior wall. Like this window's facing outside. But here it doesn't really matter, so you can just go along. I'm just gonna keep them 4.5. Like this. When you have your wall selected, you actually are able to clip on to the point cloud. So that makes it really helpful, but you pretty much just trace along the point cloud the whole way. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up, but it's pretty straightforward with what you guys have to do. So after I'm done, I'm not fully done modeling out the walls, but these are like a little columns right here. I'm not really too worried about that. But I'm going to show you guys how to get the windows and doors into the model. So right here, actually, I need to bring this across. So even if there's a door, when you're modeling out the walls, you want them to go fully across. So right here we have 2 doors and I think 1 window here and another window here. So the way we're gonna do this is if you guys already know the size of your guys' door and windows, and that really helps. But if you guys don't, then here's how I do it. So we come to our 3D plan. We come over to our properties, click on the section box. Then wherever that door is, we can start at the bathroom door. Just crop it down to that bathroom door. Right here. I think this is right. Let me see. Yep. So there's our door right there. So this is a good representation of your door and the dimensions of it. So, I mean, if you want to, you can just grab your measure tool and kind of like get the dimensions of the door. But I usually don't do that. I kind of come over to my floor plan and just come to my architecture tab, use the window or the door, and kind of you can kind of see it out, kind of guess here. And then, I mean, you can just place one in, then you can always just change it. Then you can come back to your 3D and kind of like look at the outline. So you can see it's obviously kind of easy to shift over. And you can see if it's too big, too small. Nope. This looks perfect actually. So I actually got it on the first try. But I pretty much just place in any door and then kind of use that view to look at it and line it up. And then if it's too small, too big, you can just click on it, left click, and change the door. And then if they don't have the door, then you can just edit the type and change the dimensions of the door, but duplicate it before you're doing. So I'm gonna do that to this door over here too. So that's how I model, measure, get the dimensions, and place my doors into Revit using the point cloud data. So next I'm going to show you guys how to do the windows. And it's pretty much the same exact thing, except, um, yeah, but this is how I do it. It's pretty much the same exact thing, but I actually use my measure tool for this one. So I come over to the window, I left click on the point cloud, use my measure tool to actually get the dimensions of the window, the height and width, and then I come over to my window tab, architecture and window tab. Uh, I edit the type, duplicate, uh, name it whatever, and then I adjust the height and width of my window, unless they already have it in here, but they didn't, so I had to create my own window. You can place it in your 3D view and then adjust it. And then yeah, it's pretty much it. It's pretty easy actually. Um, and then that's pretty much just how you guys get your doors, windows, and walls into Revit using the point cloud data. If you guys have any other suggestions on any other videos you guys want to see, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments. And yeah, thank you for watching, and hope you guys have a good day.